Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys. So a very busy day today for Saturday. Yesterday we ended up going 1-1, but we hit our 2-unit play, so managed to get a profit for the day. And I was not the only one had a 2-unit play on San Jose. Turns out Mr. Hockey Squirrel himself had a 2-unit play on that as well. So we both gave out 2-unit plays yesterday, and it both happened to be on the San Jose Sharks. And the Sharks managed to edge out a small win, 6-0. So very, very nice to see a game. It's so nice, every once in a while. We know we don't ask for it all the time, but just every once in a while, you have a 2-unit play, sitting there watching the game 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. You can kind of just kick back and relax, right? So anyways, we got the win there. We lost Oklahoma and Baylor. Looked fantastic in the first half. Second half, they exploded for points, which it happens in college basketball from time to time. So anyways, we finished 1-1 there. Overall for the day, we finished 4-3, including the 2-unit play. So good day overall, Masterclass. We lost some close ones. We lost some tough ones. I won't say it's really close. And we have the St. Louis Blues. The Blues managed to come back, tie the game up, go to overtime, and then they lost in OT. I'll tell you, when I took the Blues yesterday, guys, this is part of the challenge, handicapping during a COVID era. So Marc-Andre Fleury, he tests positive for COVID. He's done. There is a 0.0% chance that Marc-Andre Fleury is going to play in this game. Except, apparently it was a false positive. Yes, apparently it was not, he was not actually positive for COVID. So lo and behold, from the grips of being infected with COVID-19, all of a sudden he is now playing in this game, which was not even on my radar. Not even in the slightest. Because normally it takes more than 4 or 5 hours to recover from COVID-19, or so I understand. I'm not a doctor, but... so he ends up playing in that game. We end up losing that. The real heartbreaker of the day, we had an under, easy under, and with 1 second left in the game, they tie it up and goes to overtime. We lose in overtime. So, it could have been a big day. We'll take 4-3. It is what it is. Now, one little piece of housekeeping thing that I have to deal with, because a few people have been bugging me about this. This wasn't my idea. By the way, this was, we know exactly whose idea this was. This was president and CEO of bettopenly.com. A couple days ago, guys, I had bet on the Philadelphia Flyers. Hockey Squirrel went ahead and bet against me on Washington. And the CEO of Bet Openly decided, hey, you know what? A little friendly competition. Why don't you guys do a wager? Said, if I win, I got to take a shot of some American whiskey. If he wins, he's got to take a shot of Canadian whiskey. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And the Hockey Squirrel bested me in that matchup. So I have a small dilemma. I do not have any American whiskey. I'm not a big bourbon drinker, to be honest. I do like Scotch, but I have a nice 43-year-old Canadian whiskey. So 43 years old, older than I am. So I figure, why not, in front of everybody, take my lumps for losing. That's nice, eh? Yeah, for losing on that bet. So again, I would love to be on the same side every time as Hockey Squirrel. We do have our little minor disagreements on what team is going to win on any given night, but our record when we line up on a game is massive, including yesterday's 2-unit wins. So, very nice bottle. See that? Cool design. Let's get into it. I know you guys didn't come here to watch me drink, but you know what? I have to. I got to pay my debts. I do not like owing people anything in this life, including having to do shots. Oh my God, what do they have this on here with? Okay. What else? So yesterday, that's pretty much it for the summary. You just got to wait for me to do this shot. You know what? I'll start talking about today's game. So here's what we got going today, guys. We have a total of 10 games. I have 3 free picks, and I have... Sorry, this is a really nice bottle. I don't know. I got 3 free picks, and I have 7 additional plays in Masterclass. Just so you guys know, I would not normally be drinking if I still had handicapping to do, but the fact that I am done handicapping for the day, might as well have a little drink here. So, sorry I don't have any American bourbon, but the 43-year-old Canadian will have to do. And I know that taking a shot of 43-year-old whiskey is kind of like a crime against humanity. This should be sipped and enjoyed. And I promise you guys, if we have any whiskey aficionados out there, I will enjoy every ounce of the rest of this bottle. But, you know, cheers. Good pick, Mr. Squirrel. I lost, so. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what 43 years is supposed to taste like, but it's actually pretty good. It is pretty good. So, all right, let's get cracking on today's stuff here, guys. So here's the breakdown. I have, what do I have here? Yeah, I got 2 hockey plays and one basketball play in free picks. In Masterclass, guys, I have 1 NBA play and I have 6 additional hockey plays. I do not have a college basketball play today, believe it or not. Pretty much hockey and basketball and a lot of hockey. So we'll get started here, guys. We are going to start in the NBA. Toronto and Charlotte. We are going to bet over 229.5. Over 229.5. So I bet it at 229.5, but I did leave myself a little bit of room. So I have about 80% of my bet down at 229.5. I don't know that I'm going to see this line get that much higher. It did go up because there was some steam. I missed out on that. But if you want to be a bit of a gambler and you want to wait and you want to see if that line comes back down, you can do that. But I got 80% of my bet locked in, 229.5. You know, if it goes to 230 or higher, I'm just going to stay with an 80% bet. If it drops back down, half point, I'll finish the rest of my bet. But I'm happy, you know, getting the 80% in there anyways. So it is a 1 unit play though, guys. So Toronto and Charlotte over 229.5. All right. Next game, guys. We're going to hockey for a couple plays. First one is Washington and Philadelphia. So Washington and Philadelphia, we're going to bet over 6 goals minus 112. Over 6 goals minus 112. And the final game is the New York Rangers and Boston. So New York Rangers, Boston, there's steam on this. Decent enough chance. Panarin comes back, guys. Big part of that offense. I'm going to take the over in this, over 5.5 as well. I know anytime Boston is involved in a game, you look at that and say, okay, your natural lean has to be towards the under. Not in this game, guys. Day game. Typically a little bit higher scoring, a little bit less defense going on there. And I like the over in this spot, especially if they can get a bit of an offensive boost there. You know, Boston can score goals. The Rangers certainly capable, guys. So we're going to take over 5.5, getting plus money at a reduced juice book. We're getting plus 102 on this. So you're going to see anywhere from plus 102. You have to lay minus 103. Still, guys, very little juice to get what I think is good value on this game. Boston and the Rangers over 5.5. Okay, so that's going to be it for the 3 free picks, guys. Again, if you're interested in Masterclass, benderwins.com. It is $99 a month. Or if you're like, no, I'm good with the free plays, but you're a hockey lover, guys, Hockey Squirrel. You can go to benderwins.com and you can get the rest of his entire full year of package, including playoffs for hockey, for $249. Okay, it's not a monthly, it's just a one-time payment, $249, and that gets you the rest of the entire year and the playoffs as well. Yeah. So again, you know what? Actually, one last thing, guys. This ultimately comes down to a personal preference. Okay, you guys know my stance on bankroll management. If you don't know my stance, you should by now, because I talk about it all the time. And this isn't going to be a bankroll management talk. This is going to be just a little talk about. There's some people that have both packages. They're in Masterclass and they're with Hockey Squirrel for his full thing. And people say, okay, Bender, you got a 2-unit play down and he's got a 2-unit play down. You guys both love this game. Should I pound this? And I don't like, when it comes to sports betting, hearing the word pound, unless we're pounding on the other team, which the Sharks ended up doing. But bankroll management, guys, it's the cornerstone of what makes sports bettors winners. So it's very important, even though we both gave out 2-unit plays on that, sure, increase it maybe just a little bit, because the fact it's pretty rare we both have 2-unit plays on the same game. But you still have to be mindful and respectful of bankroll management, guys, because that is what ultimately makes us long-term winners. Being able to weather the storm, okay? January sucked, okay? If I were your average Joe sports bettor in January, it probably would have wiped out my bankroll. But I'm not, and it didn't. And we battled back, and now look, we're rocking and rolling again, guys. March kicking ass. So at the end of the day, bankroll management is so important. And I know some people like they like the Hockey Squirrel package and Bender Wins package together because they can take advantage of consensus plays we both agree on, and they can go a little bit heavier. But please, if you are going to do that, still you need to exercise bankroll management. Just because I have a 2-unit play and Zane, Hockey Squirrel, has a 2-unit play, it does not mean that is a 99% Steve Stevens lock of the millennium. It doesn't. Okay, so no such thing as that. Anyways, guys, that is it for us today. I enjoyed my sip of humble pie from my. I'm sorry, I don't have any American bourbon, but my debt is repaid, and I am once again even with everybody in life. So thank you guys very much, and as always, guys, have a very lucky day.